This is just AMZN on Thursday, May 13th, 2021. So let's just look at the daily here. Um, Yesterday, Wednesday, and today, Thursday, these candles look almost identical. Uh, the highs are $4 apart and the lows are 10 cents apart. We bounced at the same place we bounced yesterday. And look, there's a line there. There's two lines there. We definitely came into this X marks the spot, and this is a really incredible rest. So it's almost two inside candles except for the 10 cents, but both of these are inside of the bullish candle here, and we're just sideways. We're resting. That means we could break down now and it's no problem. We could also bounce here. We got a gap up uh, right out the gate today, and it didn't hold. Turned in an inverted hammer, immediately broke down, did this kind of rally thing for 25 minutes, which looks really familiar. I think one happened yesterday. Yep, rally, 25 minutes. So the price where it kind of rallied up to is 31.72, and today 31.80-ish. So we're about $10 higher with this 25-minute rally than yesterday. Just a lot of similarities. So go back, look at these 2 days. If you just focus on that hey, we're opening at a really similar place, we have a really similar high. What if we play out the rest of the day similar and we move down into the same low? I mean, even just with that framework, you could have played this rollover right here with a put. You could have actually bought the low of the open candle, 526, and set up that as your order, 526 by 426. It would have worked. Looking for a 4-hour target, that would have been a move up to 926, which it would have hit on this candle. Just a $4 move for 4 hours, risking $1, and could have been filled here on this candle, or could have been filled here on this candle, or here on this candle. It didn't work here. 580 was the low, and then what was it? 526. Looking for a 526 low right here. Would have filled here and wouldn't have worked. Definitely would have gotten stopped out or trailed out. Would It's possible you could have scalped out a tiny little bit of a gain over here, but that's just, again, looking at a price to be buying, looking at that framework of, oh, what if we just keep making lower lows? What if we break down into the same level as yesterday? And we did. We really did. We had some retests on the call. So this is the 3200 call, 3100 put. We had a retest early on. So right here, we retested, right here, this candle. We retested, came right back into the low, actually the closing low from yesterday, and then the lows from earlier. So we had this, this is the other thing that's really interesting. So when we had this 25 minutes of a rally here, and it's not a huge rally, but it's still a rally, we went sideways. We went totally sideways here, and we sold off here. Going sideways when we're going bullish, it usually means something's going to roll over pretty soon. So you wouldn't have known it'd be 25 minutes later, or let me say again, you wouldn't have known that we'd have 25 minutes of bullish candles, but you could still be watching for a breakdown of this or a bounce of this. And even if you were just looking for that, you could set up a trade based on these candles. There was a dollar range on this one, 97-cent range. It came back down to like the $6 price, so, or 550 price. So you had other options, other choices to get into the 3100 put at different levels. Maybe not just the exact low over here, maybe $6, and that would have worked. $6 would have worked here. $6 would not have worked over here. And then like a Thursday, we're always looking for a 4-hour gain, and 4 hours from 6 to 10 would have been below the highs from here. It would have been a good place to be getting out over here, and a good place to be getting out over here. Now it would have run up a little bit more, but if you had gotten in at 6, it didn't hit 14, which is the next target. If I'm able to get my stop up above a 4-hour target on a Thursday, wouldn't have filled up here, but this is the same level that it was coming into the low from yesterday, same support area that it was coming into from yesterday. And when it was doing that, the call actually sold off and then held this level right here around 5 and then bounced nicely. Did not quite get, let's see, you would have had to buy at 5, didn't actually touch 9. Could have bought at 450 to 850. I guess that could have worked. Did we have a reason to buy at 5 yesterday? No, we were way lower from yesterday. So you would have just been buying at the level here, the same low basically. So we put in a low of 31.33 on this candle. So on this candle, if you had just bought a price within that candle anywhere from 450 to 5, there's a chance you could have gotten 4R if you were on the lower edge of that, because it actually never hit 9. So if you had bought at 5 and a target of 9, it would not have filled. At least that's what the chart is saying here. But yeah, there was a good reason to buy down here. We had the same support. There's a good opportunity to get a bounce there, even though it went 10 cents lower. I mean, that's really turning on a dime. Just thought of that one. We turned on a dime. Oh, that's a good pun. Yeah, we turned on a dime. I'm going to call this video "We Turned on a Dime" on Amazon today. Oh, that's funny. I like that. I should try and work that into my next stock puns book. Yeah, if you don't know, I have a book called Stock Puns on Amazon. I like talking about, yeah, for sale on Amazon. I like talking about Amazon. Amazon is the first pun in the book. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that. We'll see where we go. I think so. 3,200, 3,100. We're somewhat converging. We've had some inside days here. I think we'll be looking at 3,150 for both the call and the put. I am expecting a little more chop. I don't know that we're going to make a decision on Friday. If we do, get ready for it to move. If we break out, let's see where we're at right now, 3161, 3166. So we're in the 3160s. We're pretty flat. Yeah, 3160. So we're really flat after hours. I don't have a direction yet. Yesterday looked like it was coming into a triangle. I didn't draw this on here yesterday. So yesterday it looked like we were coming into a really good triangle, and then it was going to gap up, retest, and go, and it didn't go. Needed some more rest. Today, I don't see a clean triangle like that. Let's zoom out, see if anything looks like it's shaping up on a bigger time frame. So let me zoom out, make these smaller. It's like a bigger double bottom. Let's go 15. Step this up as we go. Let it jump around. Bigger double bottom. This is a double bottom here. This is a double bottom here with a lower second bottom, second low, second pivot. Let's go 30 minutes, see what's going on there. Again, a little bit of some of these triangle shapes that are actually looking more triangular. Ooh, that's a lot. That's on the 30-minute. That's a lot of buying. People are buying this. So if this gap's down, a lot of bulls are going to get trapped in here. It's like bulls are coming in deciding, but there was also a lot of selling right out the gate. So it's a good balanced day, but we're down overall. Yeah, if we gap down, that's going to be trouble for those folks. Same here. Yeah, okay. If we gap down, I think we'll trap a lot of I think if we gap down, we'll trap a lot of bulls that are buying through here. And it's a support zone. It's a good place to buy. If you don't have a stop in place, put a stop in place and just be stopped out and then reevaluate. So if we somehow gap down below like 31.25, we could just run. We'll trap all of these bulls here, which we already took out this open, this low with the move yesterday. Did we get, yeah, we got to close. We've not closed below this candle. This is kind of the last place to get a close below this candle. There's a lot of bull candles in here. They're trying to hold up a support. You can see in the daily, that's this area. It's right to buy through here. This is a great place to buy if we can, turn this old resistance into new support. And if we can get a bounce out of here, if we gap up tomorrow like we did today, there's a chance that we could get a run up. Now today we ran up, and I mean right at open, we wouldn't have been running into the 5 here because it was by the close of the day, the end of the day, that the close price pulled the 5 further down than it would have been when the high actually touched it. Just how moving averages work, they're moving. So any kind of them, not just exponential, but if we get another gap up and we have kind of a flat open there, we could still run. Like we would be trapping the bears in these 2 candles, a little lighter volume today. But this is a really good place to have some support come in, even if we push back up and get a little bit more of a retest on this gap that hasn't filled, or if we were to run up to this gap. Like I would love to see a run up like that and get a retest way up there. That'd be great to see. I don't know if we're ready for it. This is some solid selling. We had 4 days in a row here of just some sideways action. We broke down. Now we got 3 days in a row. We could put a 4th day in. If we open flat, I think there's a chance we'll push down again and then recover back up. I think we're going to get a bullish day. That's my gut saying. We're going to get a bullish day. Could totally be wrong. Might be wrong. We'll see. I think we'll gap down, trap some folks going bearish, and somehow it'll recover and get back up. Might be a way to play both call and put on the 3150. I'll be definitely watching the 3150. Right now it's expensive. On a Friday, it's going to be going to 0 for whichever strike is out of the money, whichever call or put is out of the money. So we'll see if it's got a good move going on. Have we been in this area before? We've been through this area before. Not really decisively. We had some wicks, so a lot of buying or selling. Well, obviously there's buying and selling, but so you had a bullish candle here, bounced off of a similar location. It's this one. That looks different. I'm just looking for something that would look similar to where we are right here. Pulling back. So this is a pullback into this zone. We had a lot of bearish candles in a row. We were overdue to bounce. We got a little bounce, and then we rolled through it. We haven't quite done that. We haven't had so many. I mean, we had a lot of bearish days in a row through here, but that was a little higher, and you had a bullish day mixed in. Again, I'm just looking for what could be similar. I like the chop of this, that there's some, some interesting gaps. So you have retest, bullish retest gap here, bearish gap and go, bullish gap and go, bearish gap and go, bullish gap and go, bullish retest gap. You've got a whole mix of candles happening. Today was a bullish gap and go. The open was actually taking out yesterday's open price, but it was gapping above most of yesterday's bearish candle. That's a bullish gap and go. It didn't go. I mean, it went up with that inverted hammer candle and then came back down. Wasn't ready for it. Today, with another rest day like this, that's what I'm saying. If we get that, we could just run because it'd be 2 bullish gap and goes in a row. But if they both sell off, that's what I'm looking for. Like what looks like this that's happened. So here, these right here, similar price. So bullish candle, this is a gap up though. So this is a bullish retest gap, not a bearish gap and go. And then this candle compared to this candle, so this is a bullish gap and go. It's gapping and opening up above the prior day's close. And then this candle was a typical gap and turned into a very small bullish candle. So that's in this zone. You know what I haven't done? Let me grab this, duplicate this. Does this line up with anything? I'm just drawing this on this open because I don't have really another pivot over here, and it lines up with these again. So this is the location. We've got this, like this area as kind of a bigger channel. We have this uptrend channel. We have this. I'm going to say it's a bit of a support channel because we had some support here, but it was in a downtrend, and then we broke through. We had a really nice kind of high wave candle here, and it just broke out. This is our first retest come back down to this. Man, this is telling me we're going to bounce. Just what I'm seeing here tells me we're going to bounce. If I wait, not do that. Leave that where that is. Extend to the left. That lines up almost with this one. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's on the high wave candle. A breakout that shouldn't have broken out. Should have sold. Came back down. Yeah. Okay. This got too high too soon. Oh man, these are all following down this edge. I like that on here. I'm gonna leave that on there right now, just because some of these X marks the spots get a little more concentrated. Obviously, if you were to have future state of it, no, there's no way you would have had that. But looking back, we can draw it back in. It lines up nicely. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. But I like that we're coming in a lot of support here. We get a close below ever so slightly here, and we gap up out of it. And then we go sideways, chopping. I mean, this is a diamond shape, and we're just chopping through the middle of it, all through here. And we almost get another tag of this one, and then bounce. So this is a bigger framework. I like the range on this one. Oh, that's interesting. If I were to duplicate this, is that the same distance? It's almost the same distance here. From this set to this set to this set is almost the same distance. That's cool. So whatever that means. I mean, I don't know. None of these are concrete. It's just the angles that I've found have a really good fit. So this is yet the same angle, and we're into this kind of zone here. Now, if we do something like, let me zoom back in. If we're on one of these that's trending up, bullish candles, this is right where we were. And it's like, oh, there's bullishness coming in 4 days in a row, counteracting the 4 bearish days. We broke down. This was clearly breaking down. We ran right down to the bottom of this channel. I mean, that was totally set up to, like, it just made sense to trade this channel. Then we traded back up. Didn't get to the top of it till over here. Now we've traded sharply back down. We need this kind of a bounce. So in terms of similarity, we don't have any bullish candles down in here. But in terms of similarity, we need a bounce to come back up and chop. We need a month of chop. We should go sideways in this area over here. So let's see. I have a trading view. I can copy it. I don't know that I can copy it here. I don't know how to copy the chart here. So let me just say this chop. Grab that. Select. That's what we need here. And if we get a touch in here and then bounce, I mean, this should just continue on up. But we need some choppiness to come in. Right now, we're just sitting at support. This is a good place to bounce. Still a good place to bounce. If we don't bounce here, we'll see where we go. Let me turn this off. If we don't bounce here, which we bounced way down here, we bounced right here, we bounced right here. These trends are saying we should bounce here. But the trend doesn't last forever. This trend did back down here. We broke down. Didn't go that much further. Let me do this. So this trend, duplicate this. If I overlay, nope, that's too wide. It's too wide to get to that one. I was going to say maybe we pull back the same range. So yeah, I don't know where this is going to go on a daily. We're at a really good level right here. It's got to decide here. If we bounce, we should stay up here for a little while more. We can still roll back down, but I think we should get a bounce here. This is really a sharp pullback. And then if we break down, we're probably seeing 3,000 again, like next week, which next week is monthly expiration, then more volume. Could happen. If the overall market has more selling, this should sell off too. We've had a bigger sell-off already ahead of the broader market. So that's why I'm okay with the rest a little bit more here. So bottom line, I don't know. This is the framework. I'm going to keep an eye on this framework. I'll keep this on here so when we zoom out and look at the daily, this is what we're seeing. While we're at it, let me jump out to a weekly and see what the weekly looks like. What does that do to our weekly setups? So we had some of this with the 21 I was talking about back here. Our 21 is rolling back down already. Last time we rolled back down a little bit, we took it out. We've already taken this out. And then the next week candle looked like this. So that would be another week. That would be tomorrow, Friday, closing pretty much where we're at or slightly lower. And then the next week, breaking down, coming down further. This was a lot more selling, from basically where we ended that high to where we ended this low. That was a lot of selling. We've already done a lot of selling, but not quite that much, I think. Just duplicate the range here. So that would be from here. Yeah, we've already done some of that. It'd be another probably 100 point. Yeah, maybe 3,000. It'd be like going down to like 3,000. No, that'd be further. Going down to 3,000 would be further than this pullback from this high to this low. And actually that fits better. If we come down to 3,000 or at least down to this line, 29. This is our channel. This line to this line that I can't get to highlight. That's our channel. That's where we're at. Go up, come back down. Go up, not quite as high. Go back down, not quite as low. Up, back down to it. Back up to the line. Back down to it. If we come back down here to like 29.33, whatever this was, I don't remember the exact number. That's our next place to look for a bounce. And we just continue to channel. We've got this really drawn out squeeze going. Let's look at monthly real quick and then wrap it up. Monthly, losing that bullish momentum. Touch 21 with a hammer. Way above the 21 with a hammer. This would say we should pull back to the 21. We haven't touched that since we did in March of last year. So it's like we're overdue. And prior to that was January of 19. So January to March. So is that 13 months? Plus 13 months would be May. We're not going to get back down there in May. Are we? Be back. That'd be a huge sell-off in May. I mean, hopefully it's not sell in May and go away. But if we come down to the 21, that would be from here. That's a 400 point drop. If we're touching that every 13 months, that I'm not ready to think through that. But get ready with some puts if we do break down. Get ready with some puts. We've already sold off a lot. People are thinking it's going to hold. Inside candle on the monthly. When's our last inside candle? Decent size on a monthly. Bullish here. Looking for a bullish then a bearish inside. Like a decent size one. Bullish then bearish. Bullish. Bullish then bearish monthly inside. Maybe here. From here to here. Now when we broke out. Those went sideways for a while. Yeah, always good to zoom out and take a look at what the bigger picture is. I want us to chop around in here for a long time, for a while more before we keep moving up higher. But that's what I want. Who knows what will actually happen? So here we are. Here's our framework. Daily. Here's our framework. Back on the 5 minute. Nope, not the 5 minute. It's the hourly. Back down to the 5 minute. Got some lower highs, relative lows. This is forming a bigger triangle here. We're coming into an apex. So if I draw this, I did say we're going to wrap up after monthly, but I'm just thinking through. Try and draw straight. There's our triangle. Something needs to compress in here again tomorrow, then break out or break down. Break out, retest, go. Break down, retest, go. We may not retest to the same level. but it's nice when it does. But it looks like we're aiming for in here a quiet day tomorrow, unless it starts to break out or break down early. And then it could do that into the close, either direction into the close. And do one of these kind of curving. No, not like that. It's one of those days where it starts to rally and then kind of curves, but then kind of like just grinds. So if we do some sort of breakout or breakdown, it'll be one of those quiet middays where it kind of levels off and then just continues on going. So with this triangle, lower lows, flat bottom, I'm sorry, lower highs, relative lows, flat bottom here. I'm thinking something like that. My gut's leaning towards bearish now after looking through this and the rest that we just got. You know, a bearish candle here with rest, a bearish candle here with rest. Seems like the edge is further down. Hope I'm wrong and it bounces. But my gut's telling me bearish. But I'm going to try and keep it in mind to be able to trade either direction I need to trade. Hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.